Hi, hello, Luna Mars here, and we are back to Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View. So, we are trying to put everything together for Mr. Levy. We're just gonna put everything over on the other side. Perfect. So, I wonder if this goes together. No, maybe not. A lot of random stuff.
A threatening note in Harold Levy's flat seemed to provoke his attack on Tony Morgan. Is this related to Charlotte May? The note accused Harold of illegal activities, but what evidence here proves it?
I have no idea what that is.
Harold said he was listening to Kings of the Nile in his flat at 10:50, whilst Charlotte May was being taken. But can I disprove his alibi?
Yeah. So, 10:50. Um, 22:50. So there's that. Maybe we'll look on the radio. Was that 96? Hold on. 96. So, because he was on 96. Let's move this. Hold on. Let's move this over here. Just move some things around. For now. What else would that be? Would it be the date? Would that be?
I should read every detail on the evidence.
Okay, so we're gonna disconnect that. There, it's stuck on that channel.
There must be some small detail here.
What do you mean? What's that one? Or do I have to pin? Hold on. Or do I have to pin this?
I need to look at every piece of evidence.
Oh, or do I have to do that one? Hold on. So, where was it? 22:50 is that. But then if you look at this, it's stuck on that. And if you read the note, it's stuck on that
That's
channel.
Right. I'm onto something. Now to piece together the rest of it.
Okay. So we're gonna... Okay.
A threatening note in Harold Levy's flat seemed to provoke his attack on Tony Morgan. Is this related to Charlotte May? The note accused Harold of illegal activities, but what evidence here proves it?
Can we disconnect this? And maybe this? And is it this guy? The eagle ornament, like, right? Maybe. Brown van. Maybe it's, maybe? There we go.
So, Harold lied to me about his alibi. There was no way he could have been listening to Kings of the Nile on his broken radio. The stolen cars are worrying indeed, but don't seem to be related to Charlotte May. The chloroform-like chemical I found is my only real lead. He must have hidden those bottles for a reason. Ultimately, this is all conjecture. I can't prove he's taken Charlotte May.
We're just solving all other mysteries except for Charlotte May. Like affairs and lying about cars. That's probably my daughter.
Dad?
Yeah.
Why's the door locked?
Are we gonna
Can you
open
let me
the
in,
door?
please? I want to talk to you about something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why was the bolt
You
on?
want to see my room?
Well, what with everything, one can't be too careful.
Fair
full
enough.
of evidence.
What did you want to talk about?
I've just come back from having a very interesting conversation with your landlord.
Harold Levy, really?
He was gonna break my leg.
What do you suppose he wanted to talk to me about?
Well, actually, Catherine, I I wanted to talk to you about that.
So he was telling the truth. You know, he was so close to pressing charges, and it's not my job to talk him out of it. I could have been arresting you right now, or any one of my colleagues, whom I can assure you would not be as nice as me about it.
Why? He seemed fine after I spoke to him.
You trespassed and damaged his property, and don't try to talk your way out of it.
Well, what do you want me to say?
I broke a bottle.
I don't know, to be honest.
Why do you think he didn't press charges? The reason he didn't want the police searching in the first place was because he was hiding what basically amounts to chloroform. The same thing he used to drug Charlotte May. He had a gallon of the stuff.
I know.
Well, so why don't you arrest him?
It's a completely different brand.
Well, have you checked his orders? He might have switched recently.
I have.
Then why does he have chloroform in the first place?
He uses it to dilute oils. It's a side scam to rip off his customers. You would have known that if you were working on the case, but you're not.
Well, diluting goods is illegal too, surely. Arrest him for that, and you can interrogate him.
And all he'd get is a fine. And that would be the end of it.
We're just
I'm
gonna
sorry,
arrest everybody.
You're not an investigator anymore, Dad. I know you want to help, but trust me, you're not. In fact, you're making my job that much harder.
Catherine, I was merely trying
You
to...
made me a promise. From now on, I just want you to honor it.
I can't.
Why not?
I promised Tony Morgan that I would help find Charlotte May.
Of course you did.
So are we still in trouble? Are we okay? I made a pinky promise.
Thankfully, Harold Levy didn't press charges against me. He probably didn't want the police searching any more than they had to. It confirms my suspicion that Harold is up to no good, but I can't convince Catherine to investigate further. Am I wasting my time watching my neighbors? Mrs. Doer is old and frail.
Oh, she did it.
Is she even capable of such a thing as attacking a man and taking his child?
She did it. Lock her up. She's totally up to no good right now.
I made Mr. Morgan an impossible promise, but if I stopped now, it was all for nothing.
No, she's faking being old. We gotta put her away.
I'm not zoomed in enough to see.
Oh, sorry. Is that zoomed in?
Mrs. Doer's home once looked out onto a field of dahlia flowers. Her husband built the manor house with shipping company money. Now it's surrounded by...
How am I supposed to
all of
see
this.
anything?
There's that ball again.
Is that part of her house? Who's that guy? I cannot see anything. Like, oh, no, it's like,
There's a light on downstairs.
where?
Mrs. Doer is still awake. And here I
Oh.
am, spying on an elderly lady.
Man, what you doing in
Mrs. Doer's bedroom. That big house all to herself, and she only lives in one room.
oh,
How age punishes us.
is that her though? Oh, you okay? What's going on? What are we doing? Drugs? Oh, floorboard, okay.
Now this is interesting. What is she doing under there?
You got some money stashed in there?
It looks like she's hiding something.
What you hiding?
What is it?
Toys?
That floorboard is my first port of call.
You're hiding toys? Whose teddy bear is that? Well, we're just gonna destroy your floor. So, no, just leave it up. I'll be there at some point. I hear a kitty cat.
It's too far away. I
Sorry.
have to zoom in. So this is the police's base of operations. By the sounds of it, they've forgotten all about Charlotte May.
Oh.
What could she be doing in the basement? And how did she get down there? This is getting stranger by the minute.
What's he doing in there? Oh.
Might have to zoom in for a closer look.
All of the searches for Charlotte May start from the crow's nest. Perhaps I should have signed up. Some good my chair would have been in the Pinewoods.
What else are we taking pictures of? Like, oh, here we go.
I'd give anything to know what's in that box. Maybe it has something to do with what was hidden under the floorboard.
Guess we're gonna steal that too.
That's my second port of call.
Alright, she going to bed now?
Now she seems to be doing something. Dear God, that's not her at all. Mrs. Doe is in danger. Unless they're working together. I need to get a photograph of the intruder.
I don't even know where he went. Or she. Just saying. Oh, look at that. What are you doing?
Dear God, I've got you red-handed. You there! Stop what you're doing at once! I said stop!
Man.
You won't get away with this.
He dropped something. Okay, what do I need? Well, makeup. Yeah, investigating my own house. I could be the killer. Am I leaving? Oh, here we go. Whee!
Whomever I saw leave Mrs. Doe's home left in a hurry.
Okay.
Let's hope they don't return.
I'm gonna make sure
Now,
she's okay.
To break in without being caught. I hope to God Mrs. Doe has gone to bed.
I'm sure she has. There we go.
Smashed glass. I'd better be careful.
Just gonna roll over it.
Could be useful.
Sure. Oh
Hello.
my goodness.
Mrs. Doa? Do not get caught, Robert.
Let's see. Miss Stewart looks old and frail. Getting around her home must be a struggle. Lady Doa lives in one room of her ground floor. Her home is mostly abandoned. Okay. Are you in here? There's a lot of stuff.
I hope none of my neighbors are watching me right now. What would they say?
I'm sure they'll be okay with it.
Won't budge. Mrs. Doa used something to pry it up. I should have been more prepared.
We are not prepared.
There must be something that looks too hot to touch.
Why are we throwing pokers in the fire?
Old photo frames.
Alright, maybe we'll have to come back to this room.
What makes my small flat look like a prison cell?
Really? Well, there's like a... Hold on, we'll get back to that. We wanna look.
Stale water.
We're gonna take it? Okay. I'm gonna take the vase, but not the candlestick. Gotcha.
The basement. Damn this wheelchair.
Alrighty. Let us go throw water on the fire. Here. Inventory. Use. There we go.
Let's hope that worked.
I'm gonna pick it up immediately. Perfect. Yeah.
Now, if I can find the sweet spot.
Oh. Perfect. Okay.
Smells old and dusty. Hasn't been used recently.
It's probably her teddy bear. A rattle.
Detail is outstanding.
An old rattle.
This bone inlay is very ornate. Old, too.
Well, yep. It's probably her stuff from when she
What's
was a kid.
this?
Ooh.
Family tree.
What on earth are you doing in my house, Mr. Conway?
Mrs. Doa.
It's Lady Doa to you.
Oh, damn.
We live in polite society, last I checked.
Lady Doa. Let me explain.
It had better be a bloody good explanation. Go on.
There was an intruder
Yeah.
in your house.
I'll say.
No, not me.
I believed they were here for Charlotte May. I believed you were in danger, so I came over to help.
And where is this so-called intruder now, Mr. Conway? I trust you tried to apprehend him.
Sadly,
It's
no.
you.
So it's just you and your word, then? Your daughter's a police officer, Mr. Conway. You should have called her.
I believed your danger to be too immediate, my lady. I was concerned for your safety.
You can cut that nonsense out right away. If you were concerned about me, then you would have knocked on my door or checked on me. Instead, I come out to find you at this ungodly hour prying up my floorboards. This is clearly a matter for the police. And how, may I ask, did you know to look under there?
Look, I can see you don't suffer fools, my lady, so I'll just come out.
No need, Mr. Conway. You've been spying on all of us from your window. Not very subtle, if I do say so.
Very astute.
Oh, you're calling my
Please,
daughter.
if I may, I merely came over to ask you a few questions.
I suppose you want to know why I stored my belongings under the floor.
I want to know why they're all children's belongings.
Charlotte May. I'm not given to the kidnapping of young girls.
Why don't you just tell me what you were doing then?
Very well. For the past few months, things have been going missing from my home. Bits and bobs, really, but as you can see, the simplest of things in this house would fetch a pretty penny. Last week, it was one of my porcelain dolls. I'm of the suspicion that my maid is stealing from me. So I hid my most cherished possessions under my floorboards. I've had that silver mirror you just found since I was a small child. It's worth more than Dahlia view itself. Regrettably, my late husband and I, well, we don't have a child of our own to leave these things to. I see now that I should have hidden them better.
Fetch a pretty penny. Do you think your maid is stealing purely for the money?
I couldn't tell you. But it wouldn't be a first, would it?
I'm trying to decide whether money is a strong enough motive to abduct a child. Seems to be a theme going around here.
I thought I knew her. If you'd asked me a few weeks ago, I would have said there was no way. But now...
Who is your maid, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I say maid. She is a glorified cleaner. Shirley Downs.
Shirley, your neighbour.
Yes, she owns the pub next door. She needed a little extra cash, and I needed my house to stop falling apart.
I see.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Has she cleaned here long?
A handful of months. The upstairs, mainly. I have no interest in going up there these days. Too many memories, and I can only walk so far before my feet give in.
Do you think Shirley would break into your home? The intruder I saw. Could it be her, or someone you know?
You say you saw the intruder break in?
Well, out. They were picking the door, trying to lock it.
Picking it? What does that mean?
They had a... Trust me, they were up to no good with it.
I gave Shirley a key. I'm certain she has no need to do such a thing.
Lady Doa, would you allow me to search the upstairs of your property? I believe I may be able to shed some light on the situation, if you'd permit me.
We should call the police, surely.
Well, they haven't found Charlotte May yet, and they don't seem to be doing much about it. How about we postpone calling them for just a short while?
I do say, how Machiavellian, Mr. Conway. You ask me to lie to the police. To your daughter, no less.
Not at all.
Not lying, just
Just
don't
to
tell them
postpone
at the moment.
in the pursuit of knowledge.
Oh, she's just over us.
The stair lift. I believe it still works. There should be another wheelchair up there somewhere. My late husband's.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, you're just gonna you're just gonna watch me. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. And if you want to see more of Conway or any other video game that I do, please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.